But I most of the time would play Oregon Trail, which is really depressing.
There was fun things. You could shoot buffalo in the Oregon Trail, but then you'd also die of scurvy.
Dysentery.
Or that.
Or you'd run out of supplies, or you get stuck. Or little Becky got run over by a buffalo. Hello and welcome to Hardly Working, the show about life, love, and labor, hosted by the couple that works, plays, and stays together. I'm Kelly.
And I'm SP. And this is the first episode in over 100 episodes that my mustache was touching the microphone while you talked.
That's so weird.
So, like, if you're
Time
just listening,
to shave it down.
Still a part of the full beard. I shaved it today because I had that audition. Had to drive to Santa Monica.
Interesting.
Was not worth it. Hi, Kel. You sound cozy.
I am comfy, cozy.
You sound
snug in a rug like a
homey.
bug.
Why is that?
Because it's a home show, baby.
It is a home show, which historically have been a bit more off the rails than a normal studio show.
That's okay.
I think I'm ready for it. I think I've had quite a week and I'm ready to get some stuff off my chest.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, rainy, cold day. I have a heating pad and a blanket and a pillow, and I am ready to do this.
Me too. We are in between studios right now. We are about ready to pack up our old studio to move to our new studio, which I'm very excited about. But this week, for all the reasons that Kelly said, as well as those, we are doing it from home. But it's got all of the good stuff, just like this. Don't forget, check us out and follow us on social medias at It's Hardly Working on Instagram and TikTok. It's been great over there. We've had over 20 million views in the last month. So if you're like, what are they doing? Check us out on TikTok. At It's Hardly Working. With that said,
yeah,
Kel.
Yep.
Can you even think back to answer the question, how was your week? Between parties, between co-parenting dramas, between camps, between everything.
Yes.
What a week.
What an interesting, terrible, good week.
Give me the highlights for you. What was the highlights for you?
Highlights for me. I went and got a massage.
That's a highlight.
That was like a good thing. I had my own little Burke Williams day. Went to the spa, got a massage, much needed one. We did Brooklyn's 10th birthday party finally, which was great. She had a blast, and then she broke down at the end of it because she was so sad for it all to be over.
It wasn't like a real full-on meltdown, but it was sad. Like, I've been looking forward to this, and now it's over. I could definitely relate.
Yeah, for sure. And then I guess this is more of a low light, even though I know what you're saying when you say highlights.
Yeah.
But probably the worst part of the week was being told by our other co-parents that our daughter was going to be going to sleepaway camp for the first time ever. And it wasn't like a question of like, are you guys okay with that? It was like, hey, this is happening. Just wanted to check in and make sure like we could answer any questions you had or any concerns.
Yeah, I basically was like, I have a lot of concerns. Yeah. And the short of the story is she's no longer going to sleepaway camp. Mostly, just for the record, because I talked about this on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
Over almost 700 people commented on this situation.
Yeah. So don't do it.
Yeah, it was basically like our kid doesn't do sleepovers, and that's a rule that we have.
Yeah, that's a rule I thought we had. Is that
all
she doesn't do sleepovers until all of a sudden she was going to do like the biggest sleepover you can do, which is camp.
Yes. Which, thanks to a lot of people's comments and experiences, I do now see and understand how camp is a bit different than a sleepover, but also we're not ready for either of those things. So that was an interesting situation to throw in right before the joint birthday party.
The day before.
Which was great, though.
Yeah, it was good.
You did a great job making
Thank
it
you.
All Wicked themed.
You did a great job, too.
We had a good time. We put my contributions, albeit so small.
No.
Were so fun.
They were so fun.
We did some games with the kids. Like, since it was a birthday, we did Is It Cake or Fake, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. We brought a bunch of prizes for the kids, which I was like, oh, so cool. So cool to go to a birthday and walk away with the present.
They loved them.
Yeah, they were like those 5 surprise things or Funko Mini Pops or Wicked notebooks. And
just a mishmash of things. Yeah.
But good things.
It was good. It was
not
really fun.
Like, the cheapy stuff at like a Chuck E. Cheese where you're like, do I want a spider ring or do I want a slappy hand? The answer is slappy hand.
Slappy hand every time. But that's besides the point. I know what you're saying.
We did that. We also had the kids do a, what do we call it? It was Wicked themed. So it was Galinda's super duper ultra pretty and pink makeover.
Yeah. For any of you females out there that have attended, I guess it's not just females, but mostly that have attended a bridal shower. We have a game where
Oh.
you try to like make the best wedding dress.
Is that it?
Yeah, and you use toilet paper and you
I thought
like
I was
make
all
a dress.
original.
No, and do all and all that stuff. I've been dressed up a time or two.
Have you?
Yeah, with toilet paper for
Just
bridal
toilet paper?
showers. What?
Just toilet paper?
No. I thought it was
Sounds
different.
revealing.
But if you guys know what that is, that's the game we played. But with pink toilet paper for the kids.
It's so funny because in my head I go, bridal shower game.
Did-
That's a youth group game to me.
No. Did we throw away the rest of the pink toilet paper?
I kid you not. Some 10-year-old was like, "Can I take this home with me?"
Yeah,
And I was like, "Yeah."
I was gonna take it home.
Why?
And put it in the bathroom sometimes randomly for people who come over.
That would be awesome. I wouldn't know because I don't even see
It's
colors.
Valentine's Day, so we're
Oh
using
my
pink toilet
gosh,
paper.
you're so extra. You would totally do that in
It's
real
St.
life.
Patrick's Day, so we're doing green.
Yeah.
Can't wait for it to stain your body.
Ew. Green when it started, green when it ended.
Oh, ew.
I don't know. Is poop green? I don't see colors. I have no idea.
It's brown.
My low light of the week, though, guys, don't put off going to the dentist.
Oh my gosh.
I was having this conversation with my friend Melinda the other night too, and if you wait till you have a problem to see the dentist, it's not great. Do it before you have a problem.
Yeah.
Because I thought I was going in for a cavity this last week. Turned out to be a root canal. Ouch. Also, I'm totally ignorant when it comes to dentistry.
I was going to say, I've never met someone who knew less about what was happening
I was
in his
so
mouth
not
than
ready.
you. This is so
That's
funny.
what she said.
I know, but it was so funny because truly you were like, I have one appointment on Monday and another appointment on like Thursday. I think I'm doing like a crown and probably not a root canal. I don't really know. And
I thought one was a root canal and one was like some
crown.
separate cavity or something
Yeah,
that was getting
a
filled.
separate cavity. That's what they kept saying. And I can't tell you guys how many times I was like, no, like you're going to get like a root canal and then you'll have to like go back in to like get your crown.
Yeah.
A permanent crown.
I
Like, you
did
have
not
to-
understand that.
And you were like, no, I think like the crown cavity thing is like today and the root canal is like Thursday. And I was like,
oh,
I don't know.
the
but I
best
don't
part
think
of the
that's it.
story, I just figured they had like drilled into the center of my tooth and taken the nerve out and then they filled it in like a cavity.
No.
I didn't know what they were
It's a
doing.
root canal.
I don't know what that is. I've never seen a root canal.
They're like taking the root out, like you said, but like the tooth is dead.
Okay, here's what? Is that what happens?
Well, there's no more nerve.
So, do I have a dead tooth in my mouth now?
I mean, no, they've probably taken most of it out. You know who can answer that question though?
My dentist.
Yeah.
Someone.
Or your hygienist friend. Yeah.
Shimaru. By the way, Shim like wrote half the show this week because she sent me so many articles. I
Thanks,
was like,
Shim.
thank you.
It's the other co-host.
Yes, she is.
Mhm.
Literally, she
Yeah,
was one of the,
I know.
the hosts. Okay, but here's what happened, y'all. I really thought that I just had like a filling or something, and they were
Mhm.
like, just be careful when you chew on that side. We'll get you. They told me we'll get you a permanent crown later.
You don't ask questions. That is something about you. You're just kind of like, yeah, whatever.
I'm very trusting.
Whatever it is. Yeah, like how you'll ask questions like, how are you? How was your week? How's your son? How's all this stuff? Which are really important questions. But what's also important is to ask about your medical questions. I'm the one who's like, hey, like I just got this work done in my mouth. Like, can I floss? What can I eat? Can I drink water? Like, tell me what I need to know. And you're
I'm
like,
they tell me if it
cool.
was important.
no, they won't.
I'm
they
too
think you
busy
might know.
flirting with everyone in there.
I know.
Everyone loves me there though, and they
Not
love
enough to tell you what you can and can't do after
They love-
getting something done.
They love me so much that they just keep bringing me back. So here's the deal. I was under the impression that I just literally had a hole in the center of my tooth that they drilled to take care of this stuff. And I was going to come back in a few weeks and get a permanent crown. I don't even know the verbiage. What happened after Brooklyn's birthday party on Saturday was we were hanging out. It was totally chill. I had a cookie that my mom made. Sorry, Mom. And I was eating it because it's delicious. And all of a sudden, a little something happens. You know, that was too jovial. That was too kind. It was more like it was a little
Uh-huh.
like almost as if something very fine separated or cracked or something. And I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, ooh, better not chew on that side. I go on. I forget that I did that. And then I literally am chewing on a chocolate chip cookie, chewing on a chipper, a chocolate chip cookie. And I go, oh my God. What did my mom drop it? Did she drop a tooth into the batter?
No,
It's like,
you
it feels
did.
like I'm eating rocks. Yeah. So I like spit it out. I'm sorry. This is so gross. I spit it out and I'm like, whoa, there's like 2 pieces of something here. Whoa, same day. 2 pieces of something here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm assuming it's whatever the filler that they were like, I'm going to come out. Assuming it's that. I don't think too much of it. I'm kind of feeling around in my mouth with my tongue. I'm like, all right, I think we cool. A couple minutes later, similar situation. All of a sudden, big rock in my mouth out of nowhere. I like spit it out, and it is literally half of my back molar.
I know,
if you cut it in half, it would be half of the entire molar. Now, wait. I did not tell Kellie this part because I knew Kellie at the time. I didn't tell you. She'd be like, you have to call the dentist now. And I was like, I've come this far. My appointment's in 2 days. I can make it there. So I don't tell Kellie till later.
I was watching it happen.
But okay. I was freaked out.
I know.
Because I don't understand dentistry.
I wish you would have just brought me in because I knew. I was like, yeah, it's your temporary crown.
It wasn't even my tooth, but it looked exactly like it.
Because that's what crowns look like.
I don't know what a crown looks like. The only crown I'm familiar with is with the monarchy.
It looks like your tooth.
It looks exactamundo like my molar.
It goes right on top of your tooth.
Yeah. Yeah. But I freaked out.
And they're like way sophisticated now. So it really does like match like the color and the texture and all
Matches
that
the
stuff.
color and the texture.
It's not the metal that they used to put in.
It's not like they sent away for it. The dude made it, like took a scan and created it out of some magic printer in the room. So why would I think anything? And it looks like my tooth.
If you would have asked more questions.
I would never. You know what my least favorite question to ask is? And how much is that going to be? That's my least favorite question.
Well,
because also root canals are expensive.
You didn't have to ask that question. You could have asked anything else. Is it my tooth? Is what happened to my tooth? Can I take it home?
Everything you're saying is what a drunk person would say at the dentist. What happened to my tooth?
What can and can't I eat?
Can I take it home?
Can I floss? Should I brush that back molar today?
Should I floss it? Shouldn't have done that. But
how often should I take Tylenol? Am I cool? And you just went, I'll see you later. Bye.
I thought your last question to the dentist was, Am I cool?
Like, am I good?
Do you guys think I'm cool?
Shaka bra. Am I cool?
Anyway, it was a crown, blah, blah, blah. I had to get another one put on. It was crazy. A temp crown. And the moral of the story, kids, is go to the dentist.
And 6 months from now, you'll wish you started today.
That's right. And ask questions. That's what.
Yeah, ask questions. You're bad at that. But I am normally the one who does it.
Yeah, Kellie's pretty great. She fills in all the gaps that I
like to be in the know. I don't like to guess.
I had one other thing that I just want to throw out very, very, very briefly.
No.
Okay.
Just kidding. What is it?
My friend Dale died, so thanks.
Oh.
He would have laughed at that. Dale was 71. There's
Good guy.
Long, interesting, convoluted story about all of this that I won't talk about today, but I will say that it was weird because we found out on Wednesday, but he had passed in November. So it was one of those weird lack of closure situations. And I just, we spent a little time. I met with my friends Melinda and Jen, and we poured one out for Dale, metaphorically speaking. But I just want to throw it out there. He was a big part of what we did every year with the nurses and with my speaking gigs, and he will be missed.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
We'll see you next time, Daryl. Anything from you? I was trying to say it so weird that I literally put the R in I added an R.
I know.
We'll see you next time, Dale.
There you go.
There you go.
You're a good guy. I forgot that I went to Disneyland this week.
Oh, you did go to Disneyland.
Because while you were celebrating Dale, I was at Disneyland.
Celebrating Dale as well.
Celebrating Dana.
In a different way.
Yeah.
How was Disneyland for you?
It was so fun. Honestly, going as an adult with adult friends is like way better.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not with me, though. I'm an
you don't like
friend,
Disneyland, so it's different. But it is so fun to be with people that like to ride roller coasters and also like to eat and drink their way through the theme park. Because I was here for it, and it was Lunar New Year, and so they have all like the little carts you can go and eat food from. We convinced Amy to eat from cart food. Was
she anti that?
Yeah.
I thought she'd be into that kind of
I
thing.
did too. She wasn't. By the end of it, she was like, okay, you guys are right. Cart food is great. I was like,
It's
yeah.
good.
Because you get like a little something.
Yeah.
You just try a bunch of different things.
Yeah, like what we wanted Epcot to be before it sucked.
Yeah, I think that was on us though.
Yeah, could have been.
It's okay.
Well, I'm glad you went to Disney.
It was really fun.
There. It's good times.
I am still exhausted from that trip though.
Yeah.
Still recovering.
Yeah, I've got a gig coming up this week. I got an award show that I'm doing.
You do.
So that'll be good. Going to Canada after that. Kellie's flying to DC. She's like, oh, things are going to be crazy. Got a new studio. All of this stuff all at the same time. But thank God our kid's birthday and birthday party are over. That's a huge weight off.
We love her. It's just been a long time.
Yeah, it's been like a month of birthday. Right
on
after
top of a month of Christmas and my
birthday.
birthday. Yeah.
It's like 25 to 30% of my year is your birthday, Christmas, and Brooklyn's birthday.
I know. It's true. You're welcome. Just kidding.
It's a lot. Anyway, you want to jump into the show proper?
Yes.
Well, let's do it. Today is February 5th, so it's time for That Happened Today.
Thanks, February 5th.
Is that what you think the segment's called? You think the segment's just called Thanks, and then every week we add the date?
No. Sorry, welcome to That Happened Today.
Thanks, February 5th.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness.
Oh, man. Lots of things happened on February 5th, none of which are very interesting. Although it was the first time I ever got an entry on for things that happened on this day that was before Christ.
What?
It was the first date that ever popped up BCE. What I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take a look because I was like, man, I don't even need to do it. But I'll tell you right now. It was a battle that was won. Who wrote it down? I don't know. Who kept it in the history books? Who knows? Not me. But the year, scrolling. The year was 146 BCE.
That's right.
Where were you on 146?
Dead. Not alive.
I don't think that makes you dead.
I don't know that I'd be dead, but not here.
Out of existence. The Third Punic War concluded with the destruction of Carthage, marking the end of the Carthaginian?
Yeah, I was going to say Carthaginian, but you said Carthaginian, but Carthaginian.
I say Carthaginian, you say Carthaginian.
Carthaginian War, Carthaginian Kingdom, Carthaginian
The
reign.
little empire and solidifying Roman dominance in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Okay, Miss History Buff.
That makes sense.
We all know you like history.
The Carthaginians.
The Carthaginians?
I can't see it because I can't see it.
Here's the word. Ugh. Carthaginian.
Yeah, Carthaginian.
Yep, we'll go with that. Which means in English, something that causes cancer.
No,
carcinogen. Anyway, that was surprising that popped up. But a couple things that popped up more recently. 2004.
Yeah.
Are you laughing at yourself?
I am. 2004.
2004. Facebook, originally called The Facebook with no space.
Stupid.
Was launched by Mark Zuckerberg, eventually becoming one of the world's largest threats to national security. Social media platforms. I read that wrong.
But no, they don't fact check you anymore. So do your own fact checking if you're on Facebook.
Dude, I just wanted to say, Facebook was birthed today in 2004. Good thing or bad thing?
Bad thing. Bring back MySpace. Give me my top 8 and my music.
How do you feel about social media?
I don't know that I have 8 people, but give it to me.
You don't have 8 people to put in your top 8?
Probably, but
I actually
it's a special place to be.
Well,
I think you could lower it to top 4 if you wanted to.
I'm only looking for 7 more people in my top 8 because one spot's already taken by Tom from MySpace.
Oh my gosh. How did I know? Oh my gosh.
But the other spots are open, so I will be taking applications for the other 7. You should apply.
I should be number 1.
No, not in front of Tom. Tom's a homie.
Forget Tom. And you got to pick your song. Don't forget about that.
Oh, heck yeah. What was the vibe of your songs that you'd pick?
Christian.
Really?
Switchfoot.
Always?
Something edgy, but Christian.
What's that Switchfoot song that everyone knew? Ba-na-na, bow, wow, ba-na-na, bow, wow, bow.
We were meant to be
Wrong third note.
so much more.
We were meant
to live.
Yep.
I was like, what is the word I'm missing?
Well, good times. Mine was always super duper emo songs.
Makes sense.
It was Secondhand Serenade.
I'm the son of rage and love.
That's Green Day.
I know.
The Jesus of suburbia, the Bible of none of the above, on a steady diet of. That album taught me how to play guitar and how to sing very poorly. No, stuff like total emo stuff. Like I said, Secondhand Serenade, probably Dashboard Confessional, any of that stuff. It like took me into the swoopy hair emo era.
You're not me.
And I still love it. I read 2 books about that music this year, which is hilarious because I won't listen to music, but I'll read books about it.
So weird. Yeah, but mine was something inevitably of some sort of Christian band that was cooler. Switchfoot.
Oh, so it wasn't like a worship tune. It was
no, it was like Switchfoot or maybe Paramore at the time. There's another band.
Evanescence.
No, there's another boy band.
Reliant K.
Yeah, Reliant K.
Yeah, I never listened to any of that music except I had heard the Switchfoot record.
Yeah, it's all pretty good, and I wouldn't say that all of it is blatantly Christian.
Religious.
Yeah,
I don't know. But none of it was as good as normal music. There was this like Christian magazine that my mom gave me once, and it was like, if you like Limp Bizkit, you'll love Switchfoot. It was like, if you like this secular artist, here's the Christian alternative. It never really panned out. And this was before Spotify. You'd have to like go buy a CD and be like, oh, Switchfoot's nothing like this. Nothing like
yeah, that's true. Or we just borrowed.
Newfound Glory
we just
or
pass
whatever.
them around at church.
Oh, stealing.
Well, to see that we liked it, and then we would listen.
And then we go buy it ourselves.
Yeah. Because we're good Christians. We do.
Yeah, we didn't burn a CD.
And then Reliant K had a song that was like, I just wasted 10 seconds of your life. Boom.
That is a youth pastor joke.
I was like, wow.
That's amazing.
Not funny.
I was thinking about that. And like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of Christian music, like normal Christian music or whatever in my life. But I remember hearing about a song from Reliant K that I now think, like, I look back at and I'm like, what? How did they get away with that? And I believe the lyric was, let's get emotional girls to all wear mood rings. So we'll be tipped off to when they're ticked off.
Yeah.
So we'll know just what they're thinking. Isn't that like
what we're thinking?
Isn't that crazy? Like, girls are crazy, right? We should get them to wear a mood ring so we know if they're like mad. Isn't that just like the worst position to take?
True. They also wrote Sadie Hawkins dance.
In my khaki pants.
Oh. The girls ask the guys. It's always a surprise. There's nothing better, baby. Do you like my sweater?
These are all like joke songs, they're like gag songs.
I think that's why I kind of like them.
Oh my gosh, were you into like musical comedy or no?
Yeah, like Jermaine and what's his name, the guy who's the crab from Moana.
Oh, Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah, I was like I really like Flight of the Conchords. I also really liked Regina Spektor, who I wouldn't necessarily say is comedy songs, but definitely like out there weird. Like she has a song about finding a wallet. I found a wallet.
Oh, so just weird.
Yeah, but like also like very interesting note choices as well, like within the song of what she would do, or all of them. Like she could be following a melody and then end it in a weird way. And her songs were always just like slightly out there and slightly different. Yeah. But I really, really like her. I still like her. I don't listen to her as often, but she's super
didn't
fun.
I open for her at a Super Bowl or something once?
No, not her.
Oh, that's...
Starts with an E or an I. Imogen P.
Heap.
Yeah.
And all of her fans are Imogen's peeps.
I feel like someone said that I look like Imogen Heap, so I don't think that's the
Is it Imogen or Imogen?
That's not the person you opened up for.
Who cares?
But someone says that that's who I look like, Imogen Heap.
I'd run with that. Hey, one more thing on that happened today. I know we've only done
we've only done one thing. Thanks, February 5th. What's the date? That's it.
That happened to thanks February 5th.
Which was at the war in
no,
Facebook. Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, but I only put 3 things because a lot of them were boring and nobody really significant was born today. Although this is the day that Toby Keith passed away last year.
Oh, that's a big part of my childhood.
Yeah, but we talked about that at the Remembering
We'll put a boot in your... Because it's the American way. And Uncle Sam put your name.
Sometimes I forget. There is like...
a whole piece of me that you don't know.
White trash part of you.
Not white trash. I grew up on country music. And not all of it is like that. And
everything that you just sang is so trashy.
Context is everything. 9/11 had just happened.
Don't talk about 9/11.
That was when the song came out. Context is everything. Right now, I'd be like, ew, what is this song? But at
no,
the time,
literally right now, you're like, oh yeah, the guy died. Here's the song I love to sing by him. You weren't like, ew, that song doesn't work out of context.
Listen, he has way more songs than that. But that is a song I always think about with him. And it was a really big deal because it was right after 9/11.
Well,
and it was a rally song, like we're no one can knock us down. Like,
dude,
we're going to get
poor
back
choice
up.
of words.
Knock us down?
I mean, that's what happened to the towers. What
That's not
else? You know what date we're
No.
not talking about, Kelly?
9/11.
Frickin' yeah, that one.
Whenever we get there, I have a story about someone that I know that survived.
Oh well, you know what?
towers.
I would check the calendar to see if it's gonna.
But I
fall on
don't
that
really
day.
want to talk about it because I was
one-
alive for that and
no
old
one is
enough.
asking you to talk.
I know,
about
but I
it.
just need to
no
say
one's
this.
Asking you
Listen,
to talk about it.
Is that I realize I think about this every so often. Is that like we were old enough and conscious enough
Yes.
to like remember that time, but I was still on the younger end of that, and there's not
Yeah,
many
me too.
people. But there's not many people younger than us that like remember where they were that day, what was going on. Brooklyn will never. Well, she'll know, but she'll like never understand what it was like to watch it happen.
Well, it'll
So
be
it's like a very weird
it'll be like when we heard from our older siblings.
from my grandma about the Holocaust.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, that too. We're gonna talk about that too now. Any other human atrocities we want
Or
to
my
bring
parents
up
talk about the
today?
94 earthquake. I don't really remember it.
No, it's not about the
Having
kids.
really big reactions to me just talking about history.
This is a comedy podcast, and you brought up 9/11 and the Holocaust.
I brought that up because of Toby Keith.
I regret having mentioned him. Listen, he's gone. He's been gone officially
Oh
for a
my
year.
Gosh, I know, it's sad.
So long.
He was young.
But one other thing happened, which I want to mention because
Yes.
it took me down a rabbit hole, as does happen. In 2006, what happened over there?
I looked up songs, so I was like, well, oh yeah, should have been a cowboy, should have been a roll around. That was
You
one of
better
the songs.
stand for the flag or I'll put a boot up. What are the lyrics?
That was a different one. That's courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue.
Oh my God. Listen,
And then
Kel,
there's also American Soldier. That's a sad
we
one.
did preface this whole episode by saying it's a home show.
It's a
and
home show.
Tend to go off the
They
rails.
tend to go off the rails.
I didn't
And
think
welcome.
you'd literally be just Googling song titles.
Welcome
during
to
the
our home show. Off the rails home show. You're welcome.
We're not even past that happening.
Thanks, February 5th. I'm still here. Give me the last one.
Yeah. 2006.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even trust you to drink a cherry Coke.
It's just the condensation. That's
Okay.
falling.
Oh, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Listen,
so just
2006.
Take it back.
I take it back.
Thank you.
Toby Keith,
May you rest in peace.
Kellie Keith.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, 2006, the Pittsburgh Steelers won their 5th Super Bowl, defeating the Seattle Seahawks. That's not that exciting.
Who are they? That's a joke, but I don't know when the last time they've been to the Super Bowl. Pittsburgh Steelers? Has it been recent? The Chiefs have won for the last 2 or 3 years. So.
That's because some people on this podcast have only started caring about football even a little bit since Taylor Swift got involved with it.
Listen, I follow football, 49ers, the Falcons, and the Cowboys.
Yeah, I follow
That's it.
football. Team name. I love movies.
But here's the deal.
Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Catch Me If You Can.
No one in my
So your
family
fault.
likes the Steelers, so I just could care less.
You know what? That's okay. Because what happened was it made me remember and realize that it's Super Bowl weekend, baby. It is officially that time where we don't care about
Yay.
football, but we do care about snacks. So I was like, thanks, Steelers, for telling me that you won the Super Bowl. Because it
Thanks,
took me
Steelers.
to the ultimate
Thanks, February 5th.
Super Bowl.
You gotta let me finish it if you're gonna transition out.
Snack bracket.
That's right, snack
We
bracket.
got it. Okay.
I needed a whiteboard for this.
You
Goodness
don't because I
gracious.
made an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh, got it. I can't see it, but perfect.
It's cool. So here's how it's going to work. I made this bracket of
Yeah.
the best snacks,
Okay.
the top 16 snacks. So we're going to bracket it. We're going to do it fast so we don't do it, take
Okay, but
an
okay.
hour.
I'm gonna close my eyes because I'm gonna imagine eating each of these things.
Okay, but we are doing
it
this
is food,
together.
right?
It is all
Do
snack
we have to
food.
agree? Oh,
We're
God.
going to try. Here's the caveat.
Oh,
2 things, and that's it,
God.
Kelly.
Okay.
This is the Super Bowl snack bracket.
Super Bowl snack bracket.
This is not which food item you like better in general.
But
this is
isn't-
at a Super Bowl party. What snack is the best there? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but isn't that dependent on what I think is the best?
100%. What I'm saying is like
These
it
are
is
all Super Bowl
excluding-
foods, are they not?
They are snacks.
Super Bowl snacks.
Yeah.
Are they not?
So yes, they are. So, but it wouldn't
Okay.
be entrees. It wouldn't be drinks.
Of course not.
Yeah. So I'm just putting it out there.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, she's ready. First up, buffalo chicken wings versus 7-layer dip.
I'm a 7-layer dip girl. I never like bone-in wings, so I'm not going wings.
Are you kidding me?
No.
I wholeheartedly disagree here.
I know. You can. That's what I'm saying. We should have done this separately to see who was who.
I've actually done it separately, so don't even worry.
Because I like the 7-layer dip. You would hate the 7-layer dip because of the sour cream, but 7-layer dip is delicious.
It's not my
You
favorite.
got the beans.
Oh
You
my
got the
God.
sour cream. You got the guacamole. You've got cheese. You got salsa, and I would add nacho cheese. That would be my 7-layer dip.
I'm sorry,
That's
was
only
that
6.
7?
There's one more. What's the last one?
I don't eat
Oh,
it.
ground
I don't
beef.
know.
Ground beef.
You know what? Actually I wouldn't mind.
It's like a
ground beef.
deconstructed taco or burrito, and then you like dip into it. You could put rice in there instead.
Okay.
The only thing you don't like is the sour cream. But
you
I
know, when
like
it's all
7-layer
mixed in
bean
there,
dip.
it's okay.
You
Like,
just chip and you. Good.
dang. You know what? I don't have time to argue the point, so I'm gonna give it to you. 7-layer
Were
dip
you
is
gonna
moving
argue?
on.
I don't
No,
like
it's good.
bone-in wings, so you were always going to lose me at chicken wings because they never have boneless wings.
I know, not at a Super Bowl party because you don't bring just trash food to a Super
Yeah,
Bowl party.
and
You
I
bring
don't-
the best stuff.
I don't eat the wings ever.
Fine. 7-layer dip. Moving on. Next, spinach artichoke
People are going to
dip
be so mad at me. Okay.
versus nachos.
Nachos.
I will not argue with you there. I do love me some
I do
some
too.
spinach artichoke dip.
I do too. It's just
But
not the flavor I want at a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and it gets cold very fast.
Yeah.
So I didn't need it. All right, nachos are moving on. Pulled pork sliders or pigs in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket.
That fast?
Yeah. But I like pulled pork sliders too. Pigs in a blanket I can eat more of more quickly.
And you know what? There's only 2 criteria, Super Bowl and snack food, and that's a fair way for you to
Yeah.
judge that.
I can only eat like one pulled pork slider before I'm like, this isn't the flavor that I want.
The Super Bowl is always the competitive eating
100,
championship
at least for
us.
me,
Yeah.
and the commercials. But like pigs in a blanket are like, that's like a top tier snack for me.
17 what? 17 coconut shrimp so far.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what the Super Bowl's gonna sound
But
like.
like truly, it's like such a great savory option. That's easy and you can take a handful at a time. It's
Pretty great. Okay, this next one's obvious for me in terms of what you're gonna choose. It's between jalapeno poppers
Mm-hmm.
and guacamole.
Guacamole.
Duh. You
Who
know
wants
why?
a jalapeno popper instead of a guacamole?
I would just take the first half of the sentence and delete the last half. Who wants a jalapeno popper?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Too much vegetable in this thing.
It's not even the vegetable. It's just, it feels like it's going to be hot.
You know
say
what
jalapeno, I'm like, ooh, that seems spicier than I want it to be. I don't care if you fill it with cream cheese. I don't even know what you fill it with. Honestly, I think it's cream
gross.
cheese.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I'm like, I just want guacamole. So my guac though.
Your guac specifically. Next up, only a couple more before we combine our answers here. Mozzarella sticks or queso dip?
Ah!
Brutal,
I
right?
know.
But I really had to think to myself.
I'm going to say mozzarella sticks.
Really?
Okay, I'll go with queso.
Here, let me tell you why queso dip was better for me. And you can tell me if you want to keep your answer.
I'll tell you why it was.
I think that mozzarella sticks they're definitely in the top 3, if not the top best appetizer of all time. It is not easy to fry breaded cheese and
No.
make a mozzarella stick and dip it. Like
No.
it is great.
Yeah.
It's cheesy, it's crunchy, it's hot, it's
Yum.
acidic from the marinara sauce. It is great.
But
But I can get them just about any time at any restaurant ever. Like I can get a mozzarella stick at any sit-down restaurant.
you
ever.
don't.
But queso dip, much less likely to be on every single menu. And when I think of Super Bowls, I'm thinking more of those dips that I'm going to be enjoying those chips
Sure.
in than I am having whatever I said, mozzarella sticks.
Sure, I'll do queso dip with you.
Queso dip is moving on.
I'm
You got
learning-
one, I got one.
Well, I'm learning that you and I just want a taco bar at Super Bowl.
Is that surprising to either
Not
of
at
us?
all, but it's just so funny. That's why I went with mozzarella sticks. I was
Ugh.
like, we already have a lot of taco items. Okay.
So good. Okay, next up. Ooh, let's see. Deviled eggs,
Mm.
barf, or soft pretzels with mustard.
See, I like deviled eggs. You do not. If you're going to ask me if I want a soft pretzel with mustard.
Okay, mustard is not as bad as deviled eggs.
I loved it.
Deviled
I don't
eggs?
love deviled eggs. I
No.
do like deviled eggs.
Wrong-headed from the start.
No, I do like
Terrible
deviled eggs.
name, terrible taste.
I will
terrible
go
texture.
with soft pretzels if you give me ketchup with my soft pretzel.
Deal.
And I could dip my soft pretzel in cheese as well.
And you could take some of those pigs in a blanket and use your little condiment bar you just made on your plate. A little bit of pretzel, a little bit of hot dog.
I know. But I'm just saying, I'll take the soft pretzel if there's more condiments.
Okay, but be honest. If you are at a Super Bowl party and you see deviled eggs and soft pretzels with condiments.
I'm grabbing neither, to be completely honest
We're
with
just
you.
going to eliminate the whole category. Well, then I'll take pretzels because I do feel strongly about pretzels.
No, I know. But I would probably go closer to, I'd probably go for the deviled egg. Something about the soft pretzel. If it was hard pretzels, I feel like I'd grab them. But I will give you pretzels because I like them every time I have them.
Yeah, I do not like deviled eggs, but you like deviled eggs and you would like pretzels.
Yeah. So I'm happy to do pretzels.
Done deal.
I'm not against it.
All right, 2 more categories before our semifinals.
Okay.
Meatballs versus potato skins.
I'm gonna say meatballs.
Thank you, because that's the answer.
I do like potato.
It sounds dry and horrible.
They put cheese and sometimes bacon and chives, and then there's sour cream, and you can dip it in ranch. You would hate all of that stuff.
I looked at, yeah, it is clearly not for me.
I know it's not, but I like I know exactly what type of meatballs we're talking about too, and they're great. So I'm gonna do meatballs. We need some protein in this mix other than hot dogs.
You know what it is? It's a crock pot meatball. You know.
I know those are the good ones.
And just got a little toothpick. You just bring the whole crock pot,
and
with
they're good. Although I wouldn't be mad if someone did like meatball subs at a party. Like that is good too.
Like meatball sub sliders.
Yeah, and honestly, I would put the meatballs on my soft pretzel and I'd call it a day.
You know what? We should end the podcast now and just go up to Ralph's.
Done. Let's go.
Okay, a couple more. Charcuterie board or buffalo chicken dip?
Charcuterie board for me. I know that you like the buffalo chicken dip.
I do. My friend Jessica Sapp made it for me one year.
I just found the recipe in my phone the other day.
Yeah, she sent it to us. It's very sweet.
But truly, yesterday when I was looking for recipes.
How weird.
I was like,
yesterday. Oh, that makes sense. Because we were looking for risotto.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is a great dip. It does scream Super Bowl to me. But a charcuterie board brings so much possibility.
There's so much light, and it feels a little bit healthier because you got some fruit, you know? Yep. That is the choice I'd go with.
All right. So we have moved on charcuterie board as well.
Yeah, please.
All right. Thanks. Now there's only 4
new
teams
ones
to go through. No. We're done with all the new ones.
Oh.
Now it's 7-layer dip versus nachos.
I'm going to give you nachos, but
really?
I would pick the 7-layer dip.
But if I'm using my criteria, my charcuterie criteria of versatility, 7-layer dip, you can dip a lot of things in there.
Yeah.
But nachos are just nachos.
7-layer dip then.
Fine. But let the record show that my wife was right. I would have gone with nachos.
Mm-hmm.
Next up, pigs in a blanket or guacamole?
Pigs in a blanket.
What? After all that hyping up guac?
Listen, I get guacamole in the 7-layer dip.
Okay.
See what I did there, everybody?
A little mix and match.
But also, you can't not have pigs in a blanket at a Super Bowl party.
No.
I just need everyone to know.
I agree.
Like, I have guacamole all the time. I don't just make pigs in a blanket all the time.
100%.
Okay.
But also, most people don't have guacamole 3 times a week like you do.
Yeah, but I'll make you guacamole a different day. Pigs in a blanket me. Thanks.
Next up, this is an obvious answer. Queso or soft pretzel with mustard?
Well,
queso dip, rather.
You're going to say soft pretzel.
No. I think we can both agree that
queso.
It's queso dip.
If we can't have guac, we can have queso.
Yeah. You know what? We're still in dip territory, dip land, Flavorville. Last pair, meatballs or charcuterie board. Keep in mind, this is a Super Bowl party.
Meatballs.
It's got to be, right? It hurts.
Meatballs, yeah.
But it feels right. Oh no, I've got Nido glue on my hands.
Oh my gosh. You see how there's no vegetables on this list? Well, there were jalapeno peppers and we took them off.
Well, the charcuterie board?
I know, but you just took it away.
Yeah, because it's not the best.
Now we're down. We're down to the top.
Great question. There's only 2. We're in the 2 things to choose from.
Semifinals.
Semifinals.
Okay.
7-layer dip or pigs in a blanket?
Pigs in a blanket.
I gotta agree with you.
No questions asked.
Dang. Okay. Pigs in a blanket. Moving on to the finals. And then it's queso. Or meatballs.
It's queso for me.
Really?
I already know.
You said meatballs was like the thing.
I know, but I already know what my answer is.
Well, because it's so obvious now. If you put pigs in a blanket up against queso dip,
it's pigs in a blanket. But even if I put pigs in a blanket up against meatballs, it's still pigs in a blanket.
You're right.
The answer is pigs in a blanket.
But also, Pigs in a Blanket and Meatballs, I think those deserve to be in the top 2.
Then I'm happy to
They're kind of the perfect little...
Listen, I am happy to move Meatballs up until that final bracket. And you can ask me the question, Pigs in a Blanket or Meatballs? And I'm going to say...
Meatballs.
Pigs in a Blanket. There's something about Pigs in a Blanket that screams Super Bowl party, that screams big hangout, because it's so easy to make, but so good.
Is it easier than making meatballs in a crock pot?
Yes, because you buy the mini weenies pre-packaged at the grocery store.
Here we go.
And then you buy Pillsbury crescent
rolls.
Crescent rolls. And then you just open up and you kind of cut them and then you roll them. You put them on a baking sheet and you bake them per the crescent rolls directions.
I can't argue with that. Although the only thing better would be not having to do any of that work. Actually, not even cook it. Just show up.
And it's there.
And get the hot dogs.
What I will say is if you give me if you give me Pigs in a Blanket with a 7-layer dip, queso, and guac, I'd be happy because I'd have all my dippies.
That's true.
And some ketchup.
I'm going to say this, though. Shout out to queso that really the queso dip did some hard work here. It beat out mozzarella sticks at the beginning.
That was kind of crazy. I would have picked mozzarella sticks, but you were like, no.
Yeah, well,
I was like, okay.
I didn't know it would turn out this way. But I'm proud of our answer.
Yeah, me too.
I'd be happy with Pigs in a Blanket.
Pigs in a Blanket. That's what I now know. If you're ever inviting me over for a Super Bowl party,
you better freaking have some.
Yeah, you better freaking have some Pigs in a Blanket. Or tell me so I can bring them.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they're not there, I'm going out to get them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm using your kitchen to bake them, sucker.
That's right. That's really aggressive about snacks.
I am aggressive about snacks. Are important to me.
Not as important as they are to me and our kid.
Yeah, you guys are snackers.
Big snackaroonies.
Snackarooners.
All right, we have burned through quite a lot of this home show already. And I don't know about you, but I'm having a great time.
I'm having a blast.
I'm having a good time.
Having a good time.
Let's move into some stories.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question.
No. Go for it.
My answer's not.
Shoot.
I think I've asked you questions like this before. Would you rather have been born the way you are or born with an identical twin?
Probably a twin.
Right?
To have a built-in best friend.
Yeah, we could parent trap people. Is that the right movie?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, we could parent trap people. I actually don't know what happens in that movie. I just know it's twin.
Yeah, I was like, probably not.
Twin Lins.
The Parent Trap is based. While I do love the Parent Trap, it is based on a premise that would never be a thing, where two people get married, have twins, and then they split up, and they both agree that they will take one kid and that they will never interact with each other ever again. No way anyone is ever like, yeah, I have another daughter somewhere, but I don't really have another daughter.
They tried to remake it again. What was it called? This Is Us? And it just didn't work.
No, not This Is Us.
Didn't work. That was the same plot.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, they had triplets, and it was a throuple, and all three of the parents took a baby.
No.
One was Sterling K. Brown.
That's not how that works.
One was the blonde person
That's
guy,
not how that
and one
works.
was Chrissy Mintz.
That's not how that works.
I'm pretty sure it was.
No.
I've never seen it.
I know. They were giving birth to triplets, and one of them died. One of the triplets died during childbirth.
More sad stuff.
And then there was a kid that was up for adoption, Sterling K. Brown.
Oh, well, spoilers. Spoilers.
And they adopted him and brought him home, so they still brought home 3. They had the big 3.
And then you may have done someone's wedding from that show.
I did.
Can we talk about it? I think we've talked about it.
They posted about it.
Oh,
They
yeah.
just lost their home.
Yeah. Whoa.
And had a baby. Also, actually, within, I think, last month, they had a baby.
Jeez.
A couple weeks after the fire.
What a time. That's a lot. A couple weeks after?
Yeah, because they took a picture with Duke, like Duke's
The
paw.
dog, yeah.
And the baby. And they were holding it. And they were like, houseless, but not homeless.
Oh, cute.
And I was like, oh.
Well, they also
Jera,
had
you're so
separate
cute.
house, too.
I don't know if they have that house anymore, but.
And also, it's so sad they lost their house. And it's also sad that the neon sign that you designed that was living in their house is gone forever.
I thought about reaching out and having it remade and sending it to them. I just don't know where I'd send it to. Well,
I got a
guess I
wrong
could
address we
text
could send
them.
it to.
I guess I could text them and say, hey, would love to replace this for you guys. Because I know I should do that. It's a sweet thing I should do. Because
Let's put a pin in it and think about it tomorrow.
I've thought about it quite a bit.
Okay. I think it might be like, we don't have the house, but thank you for sending us a neon
Maybe
sign.
not now, but
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
in like a year. Like
Yeah,
maybe
that
on the
sounds good.
anniversary of their wedding.
Yeah. It already happened.
No, it didn't. Their
It's been
second
a year.
anniversary.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
it's not until like September or something. So
Well, the reason I asked the twin question
I think
is
it's
because
November. I don't know.
obviously the answer is have a twin and get into mischievous hijinks.
Yeah, I always thought that was the best way to go. Like if you had to give birth, to be able to give birth to twins, it's like you one and done. Because you would have
That is
two.
cool. Yeah, I've always thought
And you'd kinda
that.
be
But
done.
anyone that I've ever met who has twins, they're like, these are our twins. And these are our other 6 children.
Yeah, no.
I don't understand it.
I'm grateful that you didn't have twins in your first marriage. That would be weird.
I'm grateful we don't have 6 children as well.
Yeah, just the one. And Melvin.
And Mel. And
Who's
Melbo.
just a bear.
Anyway,
We're off the rails. Bring us back, McGillicuddy.
I'll bring you back because Shim's right up on our screen right now. And
Cool.
Shim sent me this twin story.
Okay, I'm ready.
A 1-year-old girl in China found out that she had a twin.
She's 1 year old.
1-year-old did not know she had a twin.
She probably
sibling.
didn't know much because she's only one. But
She truly didn't know much because her parents started realizing that she's not really hitting the benchmarks and stuff that a 1-year-old should. And the size of her head is very large. And we should go to the doctor. And they did.
she had a twin attached to her.
She had a underdeveloped twin inside of her skull attached to her brain that they were able to successfully remove.
Did the twin survive?
No. The twin, there was a photo, but the twin it looked human, looked more like a dolphin.
Dang, how is that possible? It's like
Actually, I'm glad you asked because this happens 1 out of every 500,000 people.
That's crazy.
Well, is it crazy or is it ludicrous?
It's absolutely insane. So is it like
I'll
when
tell
the
you-
mom was pregnant,
Uh-huh.
another baby started to form as well?
I will tell you. I'll also show you the picture. Can you see it down there?
Yeah, it looks like an alien.
Yeah,
It looks
not-
like Alien from Alien.
It does. So here's what it says. The little girl had shown signs of developmental delays, all the stuff that I talked about. An unusually large head leading to the discovery. The mass was actually a partially formed twin with bones and a spine and arms and finger-like buds. While it's a rare condition, like I said, 1 out of 500 people have this. But listen, it is super duper rare that this happens in the brain. Usually you'll see like something in
In your
the
body.
abdomen
Yeah.
or something like that. Yeah, and they can take care of this. But it's called fetus in fetu. Fetu? It's the word fetus, but with no S. So that's what it's called. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was an IFV situation. I have no idea. But apparently it's super common. But crazy that they pulled another twin out of this little.
That's crazy.
This
I'm
poor
glad it
child's
didn't happen
thing.
in the United States because I think people would have lost their minds about this.
Yeah, that girl lost half of her mind in the operation.
Did she really?
No. It was a joke that as I said it, it's sounded bad. I meant the baby was in her brain.
Yeah.
Next to her brain.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Yeah, it definitely gives new credibility to an imaginary friend situation. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on because that's sad.
I'm sorry. You want to hear something less sad?
Yes.
I don't have that.
I see
for
a
you.
dog.
Oh, do you want to learn about the dog?
Yeah, who's the
Because
dog?
Simone sent me that story earlier about the twin, but she also sent me the story about the dog.
Who's the dog?
You don't know about Toko
Looks like
the dog?
Lassie. What?
Does it look like Lassie?
It
Toko
does.
the dog?
Who's Toko?
Well, I don't know how you feel about zoos. I know some people are like, free all the animals, but I think they do a lot for educating people.
I do as well.
Yeah.
And if you freed them, they would die because they've never lived outside of captivity.
Just like spiders that you find in your house and release outside. They will die out there.
I forget about
because-
that.
Well, one, because every insect and living thing passes eventually, but also they don't know how to survive out there. Anyway, zoos.
Yes.
Toko the dog is the newest, what would you call it? Attraction, exhibit, animal at a Japanese zoo called, let me see what it's called, Toko Zoo.
Is he the only one?
No, there's a couple other dogs in
Are
the
they
zoo.
all Toko?
They, well,
named
it's
Toko.
not so much that they are all the same dog. It's that, here, can I show you the photo of this dog? Here's the
Yeah.
photo of the dog and its owner.
Cute.
Cute. Here's a close-up of the dog's face.
It's a weird looking dog.
We went from cute to weird.
I mean, still cute, but like you can tell his face, like maybe like a lion. I'm human. What?
Toko is a dog whose owner spent £1,000, which is British money, to look like a dog. This is not a real dog. This is a man in a dog suit.
What?
This is a man in a dog suit who at Toko Land offers groups up to as large as 3 people to come and experience life as a dog. for, wait for it, ask me how long the sessions last.
An hour.
180 minutes, 3 hours of being in a dog suit is what you can pay for at the Toko Toko Dog Zoo.
That's very odd.
It is very, very odd. Anyway.
So is he just in a dog suit, or did he do a bunch of work to make himself look like a dog?
No, he's in a dog costume. Here's what it says. Toko, a Japanese man who spent over 11,000 pounds on a custom-made collie costume to fulfill his dream of becoming a dog, has taken his passion further by making the Toko Toko Zoo. What can you experience there? Well, you can wear you wear a hyper-realistic costume. Would you call it hyper-realistic?
Yeah.
Really? When you're like, something's wrong with that dog.
Yeah, when he's up close and personal, but from a distance, I was like, oh, it kind of looks like
a dog. Hyper-realistic Alaskan Malamute. Is that how you say it? Malamute costume, complete with a wagging tail, a movable mouth, and immerse themselves in the experience of being a dog. Each session lasts 180 endless, grueling minutes and costs about $250 to do.
No thanks.
So, we did get an inquiry about a gig in Japan next year. So if the Toko Toko Zoo is there.
You want to go?
Not at all.
Yeah, me either.
But
if you wanted to, I would
content.
Send you.
Everything is content. Thank you, Shem, for sending that one my way.
That's creepy. I know what I'm getting you for Christmas, though, Shem. You're welcome.
Yeah, and you know what? 11,000 pounds? That seems pretty reasonable for a hyper-realistic dog suit. I don't know how many dollars that is. I think it's like 14,000 American dollars.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's more American dollars.
Still, we'll go find it.
I didn't like that one.
We'll tell your best friend.
I am right now.
Anyway.
It was a really good one. I just didn't like the way it made me feel.
Boy, I could say that about lots of things in my life. Too many hard lessons that were good lessons, but I didn't like the way they made me feel. I have some less weird stuff for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So we don't talk about this a ton, but I'm always...
Bruno?
File it. Put it in the file of jokes that you would like to take back.
We're going to talk about Bruno?
Yes.
Why do I want to file that?
It's so cheesy. Such a dad joke. And you're not even a dad.
You're welcome.
And if I get told that all of my jokes are dad jokes, we got to put your Bruno joke in the file.
That's right. I'm a mom joke.
No, it's in the would you like to take that
We should
back?
go to Porto's.
It's off the rails, guys. It's like we've stopped doing a show altogether.
I just wanted to throw it out there since Valentine's Day is coming up.
I'll take you to
go
Porto's.
to Porto's.
I'll take you some Valentine's Day Portos.
That would have been what I wanted.
Some V-Day at the P place.
No.
Valentine's Day at Porto's.
Not the P place.
All I'm saying is I really get interested when things get auctioned off, particularly like movie memorabilia and stuff.
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, I really like that.
Well, one day you'll get movie memorabilia.
Maybe one day I will be movie memorabilia.
That'd be cool.
Maybe they'll make a statue out of
You already
me.
have movie memorabilia.
Do I?
We have had stuff like that. I was thinking about the poster that my dad has in his house for my grandpa. That's signed by people.
Yeah. But that's not, well, I guess it's signatures. Anyway, I'm always excited about it.
Okay, Lassie's in that. Lassie didn't sign that, but Lassie's in that photo.
You talking about this, Lassie?
Not that Lassie.
Toko Toko?
But you know what I'm talking about. And Judy Garland and a bunch of people. Anyways, keep going.
Anyway, so, pardon me. There is a auction coming up.
Yes.
I can't remember the auction house. Starts with an S.
Is it out here?
No, it's on the East Coast, like New York.
Do you want to go?
No, not for this kind of money. But they are auctioning off a 1714, that's the year.
Yes.
1714 Stradivarius violin, known as the, I'm sure I'm going to screw this up, Joaquin Ma Stradivarius. Set to be auctioned, that's what it's called. Sotheby's? Sotheby's? Yeah, that one. There's no R in the word, so I don't know. In New York on February 2nd, so Friday. So get your money ready, guys. If you want.
February 2nd?
7th.
Oh, I was like, it already happened.
Yeah,
okay,
7th. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift for somebody, this golden period violin, which was the 1700s to 1720, is going up for auction. Now, I wanted to ask you how much you thought this would go for, but obviously with no context, it'd just be a crapshoot. So I looked up some other famous instruments that have gone to auction to give you an idea, okay?
Okay, but can I take a guess?
You absolutely can take a guess.
5 million.
That is incorrect, but thanks for playing.
I just wanted to put it out there, and then I'll hear your stuff, and then I'll make another guess.
Now, granted, it has not sold at auction yet, so the number is it's the guess. Okay. George Harrison's Futurama guitar, George Harrison from the Beatles, his guitar sold for over $1 million.
Okay.
Eric Clapton's The Fool guitar.
Yeah.
An incredible musician, Eric Clapton, from I think Cream and other things, and just being himself. It was a 1964 custom painted Gibson SG called The Fool. It went for $1.27 million.
Okay.
Jeff Beck, sorry guys, I don't know who Jeff Beck is. His guitar sold for $1 million.
Okay.
And Rory Gallagher's 1961 Fender Stratocaster sold for $1.28 million.
Okay, so what's so important or special about this piece of random violin?
All of these things that I just listed,
Uh-huh.
they're all like within the last 100 years.
Yeah, but they're all people that people actually knew.
Yeah, so I kind of dug into what's so special about this violin. And part of it is when it was made.
Okay.
And it is very old, like 300 years old.
Okay.
And then the person who either bought it or played it, it has been sold once before in the 60s or 70s, but they didn't tell us how much it went for. So I didn't know. But it's how old the instrument is. It's the legend, the legacy of it, all that stuff, yada, yada, yada.
Was $5 million too high or too low?
$5 million was too low.
Okay, $12 million.
It is between,
Oh, God.
you're okay, 14 to 17 million is what they're thinking.
Damn, who's going to spend money on that? And what for?
For a violin that you can't even play.
I mean,
And also,
you could
even
play
if
it, you
I
just
had
ruin it.
Yeah. But it's like when you buy, like, this is the first issue of Superman's appearance. It was $7 million. And you just, like, keep it in a sleeve and you can't read it. Or a frame and can't ever read it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if anyone's looking for a little gift, if you got a like 15 mil just sitting around, I will take the Stradivarius.
No, you won't.
No, I wouldn't.
Where would we put it? Nowhere.
That's definitely top of the list of questions.
Yeah.
I know you think I don't ask enough questions, but before spending $15 million on a violin, I'd be like, where are we going to put it?
Mm-hmm.
That's the first question.
What are we going to do with it?
Not why are we doing this?
Yeah.
Or where are we getting $15
But
million?
I'm saying, I'm in this scenario, made up scenario in my head, like someone has offered to buy it for you, and so like money's not a question. And I was like, where would we put it? Like
someone gifted us the $15 million. You know where we put it? Right on
back
eBay.
up for auction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that you knew exactly what
Thank
I
you
was
for
gonna say.
this. Now let's sell it.
Thank you for this investment into my family.
And we'll
I
buy
appreciate that.
a couple of homes. Thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. All right, Kel, you put up the Unpapa pins this week,
I did.
but I consolidated
It's
them.
me.
What do you say we do a few of these and we?
I don't remember any of them.
Well, I've got them all here.
So it's going to be great. Okay.
All right. This first one got me into some trouble. Some people literally DM'd me and they were upset.
Truly?
Truly.
Oh.
I remedied the
Oh,
situation.
Harry Potter. It's about
That's
Harry
it.
Potter.
Harry Potter really isn't that great.
I disagree wholeheartedly. I just want everybody to know that even when I read this, as I wrote it out and posted it, I was like, this one ain't true. This one hits deep. This is stupid.
I think a lot of people
Because
thought we believe this.
Harry Potter is so good.
Yeah.
Harry Potter is like #1 franchise for me. I'm a Gryffindor. I've been to the, what's it called? The Harry Potter.
The sets.
The set.
In England,
like walkthrough thing that you can do in England with you is not a big part of why we did our honeymoon out there, but it was definitely something that we were like, if we're going all the way out there, then we're gonna go do this thing. I went to King's Cross.
The real one.
The real one. I love it. I went to every midnight showing that I could of that when that was still a thing.
Yeah.
And I read all the books first, don't worry, multiple times, and threw them across the room and cried and got in trouble for reading late. All of it. All of it. I built almost all of the Legos.
That's true.
I love Harry Potter.
They keep redoing the Lego sets. They're like, it's the train again with another car.
It's the collector's edition.
It's Hogwarts, the same one you built.
I know,
but
it's
now
the
got
Burrow.
some
Here it is
water.
again.
Yeah, I don't like it. Look,
I love Harry Potter, and I think it's so good. So I disagree.
yeah, a lot of people thought we were saying that we thought Harry Potter was trash.
Goodness.
No. And thank you for everyone who reached out. Also, you can vote on these live on Instagram or TikTok at It's Hardly Working. We put them on our stories, and you can literally be a part of the hundreds and hundreds of people who are voting on this. Oddly enough, Cal, so what I did is I take all of the results from TikTok and Instagram, put them together, divide them by 2. 52% agreed that Harry Potter really isn't that great. 52%.
Give me something else that's better. Give me something else that's better.
Bridgerton.
Bridgerton's great. It is not Harry Potter.
That's true.
It is an excellent book series. It does not have the character development or any of
anything.
plot lines and the twists that Harry Potter does.
Yeah.
People might say Lord of the Rings is the same. Boring.
Lord
Have you
of the
tried to read those
Borings.
books? Goodness gracious.
A lot of walking.
Twilight, no character development. What is this?
No, I thought you were
Who-
going to say no care.
No.
Twilight.
No,
no
what is
care.
this? No. Like, I read them all, don't get me wrong. And I was one of the girls, I was like, this is good. But, like, it's no comparison.
Maze Runner.
Didn't read it.
Catching Fire. Hunger Games.
I do love the Hunger Games.
Crown of Thorns and Cloths. What is it? Serpents and Bystanders. What is the new movie?
The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yes. What did I say?
I don't know. I do like the Hunger Games. I think that is another great series. For sure.
I will agree.
But Harry Potter
It
is
stands
just
alone.
great. So much so that they're already doing a remake of it on HBO next year.
Yeah, I'm
The
kind of
series,
excited about
which
that.
I'm excited
actually.
about
I
too.
think it's going to be good.
So I'm a stan. I don't think we're supposed to say that anymore.
Is it not cool, or is it pejorative?
I don't know.
Me either.
I think it stands for. I think it derived from the idea of these fans that were more like stalkers.
Yeah.
So you were a stan,
Mm.
and then I think it turned into something that was more loving. But I think just the fact that I know that it maybe was a stalker fan, I should just say I'm a fan.
I have a feeling it may have come from the Eminem album, who had it was like the second track on there, and it was called Stan, and he was like, "Dear Slim, I hope you got all my letters, blah 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 blah
I
blah
remember
blah
this.
blah blah blah." You do or don't?
He's like in the jail, and he's like,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
He's in all white.
Well, he's changed himself to look like Eminem and all this. I think in the video it is Eminem. Anyway, maybe that's where it came from.
Who knows?
I don't know. That's not the podcast.
I think he made it.
Discovery.
Doesn't matter. Anyways, Harry Potter, yes, it's great. 52%
back.
of you go away.
Phone cases that double as wallets are stupid.
Okay, tell me your thoughts.
Well, can I tell you how many agreed?
Yeah.
71% agreed. Not just with the unpopular opinion, but with me. I agree that also, conceptually, it's a good idea to have your wallet and ID and whatever
Yeah.
with your phone.
It is a great idea.
Anytime I have to pick up your dumb phone, that cinder block of a brick of a phone, and try to hold it for more than 3 seconds, my arm just gives out.
Yeah, I'm so much stronger than you because my phone is so heavy.
Girl, we all knew that.
I am a bandolier case lover.
Not a sponsor.
I love bandolier. You could sponsor us if you wanted to. I love bandolier.
You know what?
And
I love the product too.
I thought that I always was the person that was like, a wallet attached to your phone, that's so stupid.
So dumb.
Like, who would do that? And then I got my bandolier.
And then what?
And it changed my life. Honestly, the fact that when I leave the house, I mean, my bandolier has the little things that I can attach like a strap to it. So I can just throw it on, which is so nice. So I can just throw it on at events, which is great because I have my phone, I have my wallet, I have extra money in there, I have cards. Like, I'm good to go. I'm set to go. And it's so handy. Like, I can go anywhere with you and just grab my phone. That's all I need. I don't have to worry about a bag or keys or anything like that. I can just grab my phone and go.
Yeah, I understand the practicality of it, but I am not a fan. And like I said,
and look how cute it is.
it is cute. But 71% of people agree with me. So
Listen, I was there too a couple years ago. Now I'm not.
as we get older, we learn.
My phone is just another type of purse.
Yeah, it's another type of everything. Phones are everything. It's literally my wallet now.
You could take it away though, and I'd be okay.
I'd be happy. A couple more. A boring life is the ultimate luxury.
Yes.
I don't know if I agree with this. I guess if I extrapolate it out, I agree with it.
Yeah.
Because that means like things aren't terrible. You're not having to hustle all the time to try to pay bills. Like a boring, chill life is an ultimate luxury because you don't have a lot of
For sure.
hard parts, I guess.
But I don't want to be bored.
Me either. I don't think that's the ultimate luxury is to be bored.
Yeah. The ultimate luxury is to travel.
You know what I would say? I would say maybe a boring life is one of the ultimate privileges.
Yeah. I think it's a privilege for sure. Not everyone can have a boring life. But I think, yeah, traveling without having to take like time off.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like
Mhm.
being the ability to travel whenever you want to wherever you want is the luxury life.
Maybe for you. I literally could do that right now.
No.
It sounds horrible.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. I know it sounds horrible to you, but the idea that you don't have to ask someone to take
Sure.
time off and that you don't have to save up a bunch of money to go to Europe if you wanted to, that is the dream and the luxury. It's
Yeah.
like we could tomorrow be like, hey, do you want to take a trip to I've always wanted to visit Scotland. Like, do you want to go? And we could, in theory, be like, yeah, we're going to go in October. So like, or truly we could be like, we'll go next week if we didn't have as many commitments as we had. But that's the luxury of it, isn't it? Is that you could go whenever you wanted to.
I agree with that. But that's not a boring life, like you said.
No, I don't want a boring life though.
Well, that's the thing is like you and I, I'll speak for myself. While I crave chill relaxation, I only crave that if the result isn't me feeling bad or guilty about not doing more, which is rarely the case. I almost always feel bad and guilty after resting, which is part of my problems. Don't worry, I got a therapist. But you and I in our personal lives / professional lives do a lot of things to make sure it's not boring. We don't do a podcast for money, like for the money. We don't do TikTok for the money. Like
it's fun.
We do things because it's fun. And because honestly, we didn't do it because we were bored. We did it because it's strategic. But we do so much stuff like this. I can't imagine being like, we have so much time. Should we not have a podcast? We have so much time. Should we not shoot videos? We have so much time. Should we not invest in people? Like, I just can't imagine being bored, which is a part of my struggle with my meditation too, sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. You have a hard time meditating. You have a hard time being bored. I don't have a hard time being bored, but I don't always want to be bored. Sometimes it gets boring to be bored.
Yeah, see, I get bored watching one thing at a time too.
I don't.
Doing one thing.
I can really zone in and be like, this is what I'm watching. Tell me about it.
I know. I think my brain's kind of broken. Anyway, 62% of people agreed that a boring life is the ultimate luxury.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I think, if you're so overwhelmed and busy, then a boring life sounds great. Yeah. Just like, like you might hate drinking water because there's so many other fun things to drink. But when you're like out in the sun and you're dying of heat, you're like, the only thing I want is water.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And you'd be like, water would be the ultimate luxury in this metaphor. All right. One more before we wrap it up. Ooh. Following your passions is a terrible idea. Terrible career advice. Following your passions. Terrible idea.
Where do you stand on that?
I go both ways. I think that it's very, very obvious that following your passions is a bad idea if you want to have a lucrative career, a stable career, a career where your healthcare is paid for. Like, following your passions is never going to be the easy route. I know that.
Yeah.
But the fact that, like, when you were talking about having to ask permission from somebody, like presumably like a boss, to go somewhere, I was like, I don't even remember what that life was like anymore. And that's privilege for sure.
Yeah.
But it's because both of us have followed our passions and our dreams and found a way somehow to get paid to do the things that mostly we like, others that we have to. It's both and always. But I think following your passions is bad career advice, but I think it's wonderful, like, life advice for the soul.
Yeah.
And just because you're passionate about something doesn't mean it needs to be your career. That's like what the joy of having a hobby is, probably.
That's true. But I don't know if you said this already, but I will say it it is important for you to be passionate about whatever you're doing. Because if you're not passionate about what you're doing, and it doesn't have to be like, when I think about my time in fast food, I wasn't passionate about serving fast food.
Right.
I was passionate about serving people.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. I oversaw leadership
team.
and development. Yes, I did the training, and I got to serve people, and I did marketing stuff. So, like, I think that's an important part of it, is that you should be passionate about whatever you're doing or aspects of what you're doing. And that's why it was hard to leave. It wasn't hard to leave because I was like, oh, I'm so sad that I'm not going to be able to work here. It was hard to leave because I was so passionate about the people that I had surrounded myself with.
Yeah.
And the people that I got to invest in. And honestly, that made me a better person, better leader.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Always.
First of all, 35% of people agree that it was terrible career advice, meaning 65% thought it is good career advice. Just want to throw that out there because I wasn't sure I'd remember to say it. When you look back at your time there, and like not the guests that you got to serve, but like the people you got to pour into and the people you got to serve.
Yeah.
Like, what's the emotion or the feeling associated with that? Is it like proud? Like, I really did that. And look at all these relationships that I have, or these people who have gone great places, or with time, does it feel kind of like, wow, that was really important in that season of my life, but it's so much different now?
No, I feel really grateful for the time that I got to build into people. I think a lot of the time it's twofold. Of sometimes I'm like, man, like I'm really proud of that person, and I'm like watching them grow and watching them do whatever they're doing now, or having like the courage to step out to do something different, mixed with the, man, I hope I didn't like mess them up. I hope I didn't do something that made this person feel like they weren't good enough or weren't enough, because, it only takes one interaction for someone to either think like the worst of you, or to be like, man, that person's mean, or that person like doesn't care about me, or whatever, or for whatever you to say to change your perspective. And I can go back on my own experience, having someone tell me like, you'll always be a background singer, never the main person on stage. Like that has stuck with me my whole life, even when I was leading worship, even when I was like auditioning for things and getting stuff. Like,
right.
I always thought I was never going to be never good enough singer, never good enough. It's probably why I didn't really pursue a lot. I mean, there are other reasons too, but probably a big part of that as well. So I think I always think about that of like, man, I hope I didn't say anything to anyone there, or do something that hurt them, because I had to fire people and I had to write people up and coach people. So that's what I think of. But I also think about how much they changed me and how they made me a better person too. I was definitely a better boss at the end of my tenure than I was at the beginning, which is a good thing, right? You should be growing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm lucky enough that I have friends that I led who are my friends now, that have expressed like positive things about their experience with me, and how I've helped make them better. And so that's cool to be able to experience that in your lifetime. People tell you like, you did good by me, Yeah. But I miss it. I miss, like, we talk about this a lot. This is, man, just getting to a different place. We talk about this a lot, how like I miss the part of me, the business side of me, the development side of me that gets like give to people or invest in people in that way that I used to. I don't really do that now. Now I'm just like who I am.
Yeah.
But I really miss that aspect of it, because I think there is this business brain that I have, and that's good with like crucial conversations. And
Sure.
Like I can read like an FCR, like I understand ROI, I understand how to make business plans and like how to execute them and why you would look at this in order to get that or whatever. Like I really like that, and I really miss pieces of that.
Yeah.
And I really miss being able to teach people that, because this is, man, so long. My favorite moments of teaching, if anyone ever asked me, was like when you would physically watch someone have that aha moment where they finally understood whatever it was. It's like my favorite thing, and then how grateful they were to be like, wow, I never like understood it like that way before. That's so cool.
I was like that too when I was, teaching kids.
Yeah.
Those, we called them the aha moments, which I thought was so clever, and now it's so played out.
Yeah.
But anytime you see like a light go off in someone's head, or go on rather, you're like, oh, I got through to them. And in fact, it's kind of like, you and I always talk about truth finds you when you're ready.
Yep.
Rarely do you get to see someone have that moment.
Yeah.
Where they're like, oh, I get it now. I guess if you're a teacher, maybe you see it a lot. But yeah, I understand why you'd miss that. And I miss those pieces too. I don't miss things like, I don't miss all the obligations of it.
Yeah. I miss it sometimes. I like consistency and plans. And sometimes I miss the not having anywhere to be or go.
Yeah. You mean like far away?
No. Like I miss the like, oh yeah, I have a meeting at 9:00, so I got to be at work at 8:30.
You miss that?
Sometimes.
What do you miss about that?
I just said it, like the structure and like the planning.
Oh, sorry.
That comes around that. Like I miss that sometimes. Not really, because I could do the same thing here. But when the meeting is with yourself, I can push that.
Can't cancel that.
Can't cancel that again. Yeah. I was like, but you know what I mean? The meeting's with yourself. It's like, well,
I know.
I could be a half hour late. It's okay. She won't mind.
Oh, I'll push this off till next month.
Yeah.
One day at a time till next month.
So.
Yeah. Well, good. I wasn't sure how you felt about that. And I realized we just kind of started talking like real life for the end of this episode.
You're welcome, everybody. All that to say, I do think it's important to have passion in what you do. I think if you're passionless in what you're doing, then you're probably not doing the right thing. But I also think that if you're going to chase after your passions, you have to be really certain about it. And you have to be realistic about it too.
Yeah.
So I think that's what happens to a lot of people, especially living out here in LA. Like you and I know it. How many people do we know that are like, I'm going to be a famous actress or actor or whatever? Or like we've met who've moved out here. It's like, I moved here like 6 months ago or whatever.
Right.
I knew people, you know, and it's not a bad thing. I'm like, it's important for you to chase your dreams and go after the things that you want, but you have to have realistic expectations that normally it takes like 7 years for that to happen. Right. In the same way that I'm not going to walk into, if I wanted to be a CEO, I'm not going to walk into any business and be a CEO that day. I'd have to work from probably the ground up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
To get to that place. I think people, because I think when people talk about their passions, nine times out of 10, they're talking about pursuing art, something within that. Actor, actress, musician,
and it's
painter.
usually something that would be hard to be successful at. Like there's a lot of luck involved.
Yeah. Which is just opportunity and preparation where they meet, right? But I think if you can have realistic expectations about it, then I think you'll be set and good to go. And I think the people that don't are the people that suffer, and the people that go like, don't follow your passion, like it never pans out. You're just going to be like stuck in whatever job you have. It's like, no, that's not necessarily true. You just have to be realistic about it. In the same way that you're like, you know, you want to do more than what you're doing now. You want to host, you want to like create your own thing, but you're not like, I'm not taking any other gigs.
Right, of course.
I'm done.
Yeah, honestly, like you got to double dip for a long time and for seasons, especially if you're doing something creative.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example. I just went out on an audition today, and if I were to book this audition, I would make about, or book the gig, I'd make about $4,000 in total. It's a lot of money. The average mortgage payment for 1 month in LA is more than that. And if you're only getting booked, honestly, on a good year, maybe people are getting booked 3-5 times a year at most. You might have gigs that pay more than that. You're going to have certainly a lot that pay less than that. But like, it's so difficult in the entertainment sphere, in the arts, or whatever you want to call it, to make that actually be something that will be sustainable, like will sustain you financially.
Yeah.
Whereas if you, and you can fall into that feeling of like, my art used to be my passion, now it's my work, and there's no joy in it. And that sucks too. So sometimes it's better to keep your passions and protect them. It's kind of how I feel sometimes about our show.
Yeah.
Is like, protect the things that you're passionate about so you can keep doing that, while also realizing that all of this is a game with made up rules that we're all just agreeing we have to do. So go out and get the money that we agreed we have to get so that it can fund your joy on your passions. Because sometimes if you muddy up the waters too much, it all kind of goes to crap.
Yep. That was good.
Thanks. Sounded like you're like, yep, that happened. And I was like, uh-oh.
No.
Did I
I'm
mess
just
it
saying,
up?
yeah, you're right.
Thanks.
Anyways, you should have passions in your life. It's important.
Yeah. Thanks, February 5th.
Oh my gosh, get out of here.
I love you.
I love you too. Hey, thanks for chatting with me for a bit. Thank you all for listening.
Thanks for being here.
And joining us at our home show. It's a little bit off the rails. We warned you. We told you. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
I had a great time.
Me too.
I had a freaking great time.
Yeah. It's going to be a crazy week. Crazy month.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. But we'll keep doing shows. We might have some more audio shows just depending on travel and things like that in studios. But we do have some guests lined up to bring on the show, which we're very excited about.
Yes.
We got some awesome stuff coming for you. It's going to be a good time. What are you looking forward to, Cal? Anything coming up this week?
I'm getting my nails done.
That's a good thing. I'm looking forward to / hoping that there will be a day this week or this weekend where we just get to chill together. I suppose there won't be, now that I think about it. But I'd love to just like go and get dinner with you, have a little date, do something.
Probably tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe we can do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I love hanging out with you.
I love hanging out with you too.
I'll never forget when the first time I heard a married couple say like, we still date each other, or we're going on a date. And I was like, why would you date? You're married now. And like, ever since then, I realized, yeah, you got to keep dating each other.
Yeah, which we do.
No one spends more time with their spouse than us.
Yeah, it's true.
But it's cool. I think a lot of people have that misconception that like, once you're done dating, now it's work.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No.
Which is kind of why we started this whole show.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want everyone to always feel that way and be that way.
Always crapping on their spouse.
Their
and we were
partners,
like,
yeah.
That's not how I feel.
Yeah, it's not. No, because I freaking love you.
I freaking love you too, babe.
You're my best friend.
You're my best friend.
And you guys are some of our favorite people. and Beth wins.
Beth wins.
I hope you have a wonderful week.
Yep.
I hope the week ahead of you is better than the week behind you.
Mm.
And I would invite you to take on our mantra that we've been using this year. Good things always happen to us.
Always.
That's what we say all the time now. And yeah, there's been fires for most of the year where we live. And yeah, we've lost out on gigs and tens of thousands of dollars worth of income. But good things keep happening to us.
That's right.
And it's true. Good things keep coming through. Good things keep coming. And when you focus on gratitude, things really do change. Changes your mindset, changes your life.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe adopt this mantra and just go throughout your day. And anytime you see something good, oh, I found $5 in my pant pocket. Oh, so-and-so made enough food for me too. Whatever the little thing is, good things always happen to me.
Always happen.
Of course that would happen. Good
Yeah.
things always happen. Anyway, it's time to wrap it up officially. So I hope that you spend most of your time
Hardly working. Love you.
Mean it.
Bye.
Bye. We landed, baby. I think it was my fault. That was a Toronto episode.